Welcome to Chris Miles Unmuted, where we discuss sports, politics, and entertainment. Today's episode, Chris, what's your problem with Al Sharpton?
What's my problem with Al Sharpton? Actually, in reality, Mr. Producer, I don't have a problem with Al Sharpton. I think the policies that Al Sharpton and the civil rights movement subscribe to are very much outdated. In other words, they're using a rotary phone in a cell phone era.
I agree.
Like they are still begging to be accepted. Let me tell you how you be accepted. You be accepted by creating wealth in your own community. Now, let me just say this. Let's reposition the situation with Al Sharpton. What if Al Sharpton was out there advocating for black people to come together on one accord? If you were Democrat and or Republican, or you were just mutual, independent,
right?
What if Al Sharpton and them were advocating for black people to centralize their money, put all their money in one bank? What if he was advocating for the East for blacks not to do commerce with East Indians and all these other people who move into our community and take all of the resources out, put them back in their community, and leave us penniless, where our communities are actually separated by being saturated with crime.
Right.
All along, their communities are here. Ours are here.
Yeah, they flourishing.
But these guys are still around here marching and begging. When the shit that they're doing doesn't get us anywhere. And from what I see, it's fixable.
Right.
Here it is. I'm a nobody. You understand what I'm saying? And I have the answer to fixing the black community. And it simply begins by kicking everybody else out of the black community that don't look like us, who don't reinvest back into the black community. That's how you fix the problem. You don't fix the problem by running to Obama, then you run to Joe Biden and all this political shit that we have been out here chasing. It's like a dog chasing his goddamn tail. You understand?
Yeah.
Nothing is coming out of this shit but bullshit. Now, let me say this. I know Al Sharpton's brother, Kenny, very well. We ran together for a time. And even there were points and times when he had issue with a lot of the things his brother. And I understand that the shit is politics and all that. But listen, at some point in time, all of the shit that Martin Luther King done put out there, man, about go sit at these white lunch counters and all that shit was just, it was damning, man. He called it a dream, but it's been a nightmare for black people. And even Martin Luther King said he felt like, and I'm paraphrasing, he said he felt like he had led black people into a burning house. We still in that fucking house.
Yeah.
Look at our communities. And what's really sad about it is black people are still listening to the same bullshit that was given to us then by Martin Luther King. And Al Sharpton is the conduit for the bullshit. So that's the issue that I have with him. I would be willing to work with Al Sharpton for a solution. But the only fucking solution at this point is we kick all these other motherfuckers out of our community and we take back the wealth. And that is the reparations right there.
Right.
We could reparate ourselves by taking back our goddamn community.
You would think as long as he's been in politics that, that the stuff that you just said, it would be clear. If we don't build our community from the ground up and get some type of economic value towards our community, then how can we compete?
We can't.
And
that's why you're starting to see the Sexy Reds and the Suki Hunters and these trash ass whores, what they are. They're being propagated. They've been built up to manipulate our young girls. You know what I'm saying? Like at one point, the gay agenda is being pushed to the young men. Now whoredom is being pushed to our young girls. Al Sharpton don't say shit about this, man. Like,
man,
everything
that's
is centered around Joe Biden. Well, Joe Biden is not for the black community. I don't give a fuck how he come on Charlemagne the God show and say, well, you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Political gander and politics have never been the answer for black people. Like, we have to separate ourselves from that. And it simply begins when we separate ourselves from the notion that we need other to do for our goddamn selves. And what I'm saying is, if Al Sharpton can't get on board with the fact of, listen, man, this shit that they sold us with Martin Luther King and his begging and his marching and wearing out a pair of Chuck Taylors. I wear shit, Italian shoe. You feel me? I wear goddamn Ferragamos and shit like that. So I ain't finna get out there.
You trying to walk them out?
No, and then my foot broke. So fuck marching. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, these guys at some point, man, these guys got to figure out, man, this shit doesn't fucking work. So that's the issue. Don't get me wrong. I love the brother, but I think that his track focus is way off at this point.
Man, it's very insightful, man. Well, you have anything else to say, or is that your closing statement?
No, we good, man. I ain't, like I said, I said what needs to be said.
Well, people, that's another episode of Unmuted with Chris Miles
and Mr. Producer.
Man, we'll be back with some more fire later on. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Y'all keep it tight.